People deluded. Stars and duds of the week. Premier League stars and duds of the week. Now, where do we start? Let's start with the stars. It's been an eventful Premier League week. I think Kepa obviously had that shaky moment against Fulham, but he regained himself. I actually think Sessegnon and Chambers played alright for Fulham. Arsenal were obviously robbed against Spurs. United and Southampton was a rather dramatic game. Apologies, people. It's getting late. Rodgers didn't have the best of times for Leicester. Liverpool dropped points in the race against City to win the Premier League title. So it's been a mad week, man. But in regards to stars, I'm going to go with the manager first. I'm going to go with Unai Emery. Now, we drew, but I feel the one thing I would like to say is that when I see these sort of game plans from Unai Emery, I'm happy, but I don't want to keep praising isolated incidences. I want it to be the bare minimum. Now, why I have him as my manager for the Stars is because I feel he was let down, and as much as I just said that I would like to see this as the bare minimum, some of these players are unable to concentrate for high periods, so they'll always let him down. I've seen a couple of game plans, and I feel his tactics worked a T. It was different sort of tactics that I've seen this season, or I wouldn't actually think an Arsenal side could hold it, can hold the shape and soak up pressure and things like that. Obviously, Spurs were very poor, and a lot of that played into our hands. But I saw a clear way of playing, and he was just let down by referees, poor finishing, and obviously Mustafi. So yeah, Unai Emery. If it wasn't him, it's going to be Garcia. Watford just keep flying, and they nicked a win, man. And on the topic of Watford, shout out to Gray. Do you know what? I'm going to keep Gray. I'm going to put him in my team, man. I was going to do him dirty, but I'm not. Starting off with the keepers, Kepa, I've already said that. Kepa's going to go and go. I think he done alright. He made some good saves for Fulham. A lot of it was poor finishing, but some good saves. Left back, I'm going with Monreal. I think one thing many fans will say is that I don't favour Arsenal when it comes to these things, but I feel if anything, excluding Mustafi, there's about four out of the five people that played in that back line that could have been in this. So I feel Monreal was good, so Monreal's going to go at left back. He's going to be partnered by his Arsenal teammate in Socrates. It could have been Socrates and Koscielny. To be fair with you, it could have been Declan Rice. He could have just slotted in my team for the sake of it there. But yeah, man, I feel Socrates had a good game. He pocketed Kane. Kane obviously grabbed the penalty. I feel Socrates was quite good, man, as was Koscielny. So shout out to Koscielny. He's not in the team, but shout out to Koscielny. Partnered by them. Like I said, I was going to put Rice there. I feel Tompkins, shout out to Tompkins of Palace. I felt he could have got in there. I feel Michael Keane, credit where due. I'm always on his case, but they kept a 0-0 clean sheet against Liverpool. Fair enough, poor finishing from their attackers, but big performance I felt from him. But I'm going to go with Van Dijk. He played in that game. I mean, you could say Liverpool's midfield weren't at it. You could say the attacking options weren't at it. You could say several things. I think one thing you can't question is Van Dijk. The man's a monster. Yeah, man, I don't think he'll ever justify that 75 million price tag along with many players. I just personally think that if you're not Cristiano Ronaldo, you're never going to be able to, because nowadays football is paying for potential, paying what the person can be. Cristiano was the one person, world-class player, world-class fee, rather than the man they can be. But Van Dijk, nobody's talking about the price tag because he's doing what you need to do if you want to shut people up. Consistent performances, arguably the best. Well, without a doubt, currently the best centre half in the Premier League, and he's up there for best centre halves in the world, man. I'll leave that out for debate with you lot. But Van Dijk and Socrates, that would be quite a pairing, and it could have happened at Arsenal if we didn't go after Mustafi and actually scouted proper people. But Van Dijk, Socrates, Monreal and Kepa. Last place goes to Wan-Bissaka. Obviously another convincing performance for Palace, and although I would love him at Arsenal, man, I would really love him at Arsenal, but we know the one thing is that you're looking at him, Chilwell, Declan Rice, they're coming with some mad premiums in this football thing, that money that Arsenal haven't got. So although I like him, that's all it can stay at, just dreaming. So that's the back four done. I was going to go with Mark Noble, I felt Mark Noble had a good game for West Ham, but I'm going to go with Jorginho, another one, always on his back when they play poorly. And again, I liked him when he went to Napoli. I still think he's a good midfielder. He plays for Chelsea, so I quite frankly don't care if he plays good or badly, but he had a good game today, man, and I felt he deserved his goal. And obviously, I'm always on his back, so he should be there. Shout to Noble, though. So Jorginho's going to be partnered by Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse of late, last 3 or so game weeks, has been playing very well. Top of the icing on top of the cake, better yet, was that lovely peach of a free kick against De Gea. De Gea might even could get in duds of the week, to be fair with you, on another day, but we'll get on to that. So yeah, that's the midfield of Jorginho, Ward-Prowse. I'm going to go in the 10 unfamiliar role, Jota of Wolves. He had a good game, so he's going to go there. Right hand side, I've got to go Mkhitaryan of Arsenal, man. I really have to have Mkhitaryan there. I'm gonna go with Lukaku up front, and I'm gonna go with the I was about to say Damari Gray, Andre Gray of Watford. I mean, he does it again. He does it again against Leicester. He comes off the bench and he scores the winner. And as a striker, that's what you're made to do. Aubameyang failed to do that. Gray did it for Watford. That's why they got their 3 points, and that's why Arsenal are left with somewhat a bittersweet taste in our mouths. Pause. So that would be my team. So obviously, got I was about to say Garcia. Garcia and Una Emery will be the managers. Una Emery is the manager. Do you know what? Garcia is the assistant. I keep mixing them up. Another Spanish compatriot in Kepa's in goal. Monreal at left back, Van der Van Dijk and Socrates at centre half, Jan Bissaka at right back, midfield of Ward-Prowse, Jorginho and Jota. Up front, we're going with Henrik Mkhitaryan, we're going with Lukaku, and we're going with Gray of Watford. Shout outs go out to Telemans for that pass. Vardy obviously scored his goal for coming off injured. I've already held up with Wolby, Koscielny, Chilwell. I mean, at the end of the day, Kane was poor, but he scored the penalty and it got them a point, so you got to hail him up for that. Valerie for his peach of a goal. Big up Leno for them big saves. I've already said Diop. I haven't even said Diop. Diop and the rest of them. Is it Diop? Did Diop play? Yeah, he did play for West Ham. I feel West Ham's defenders, they played quite well. Hail up a lot of the West Ham players. I think Masuaku off the bench as well. Zaha played well. I actually think Ryan Sessegnon played quite well for Fulham as well. He's just obviously unlucky. Morgan Gibbs-White as well. Adone of Brighton, I believe. Delot and Pereira of United. The whole of Everton, to be fair with you. I feel they mashed in a shift, to be fair with you. So that's the stars, people. In regards to the duds, I'm going to go with Rafa Benitez as the manager. I feel it's not even his fault. I feel Newcastle really let him down to this game week. They really just weren't in the fixture. So that's a representation of that. I'm going to go with the Bradker in goal of Newcastle because someone's got to represent it, to be fair with you. There's only one more Newcastle player in this team, so the Bradker's going to go in goal. Right back's Trippier. Trippier was terrible for Spurs, to be fair with you. I know it doesn't matter defensively. I think he got burnt all game, to be fair with you. Offensively, because of how Spurs were trying to play, he found himself with a lot of the ball, and if his end product was better, don't get it twisted, Spurs were poor as a whole, but if his end product was a bit better, they might have had something to work with, but thankfully it wasn't. So Trippier at right back, his Spurs teammate in Davinson Sanchez. Now Davinson Sanchez was terrible. Fair enough, it weren't a pen on Aubameyang, but that was the icing on top of the cake. He's doing unsporting-like conduct. He got skinned for the first goal, our only goal. I just don't feel he ever got going, to be fair with you. Just continuously, just a poor game from him, and I like Sanchez, to be fair with you. Of course, I'm happy he had a poor game. Mustafi, to be fair with you, by Mustafi's standards, he was doing alright until the mistake, depending on how you look at it. Personally, I know it was offside and it shouldn't have happened, but at the end of the day, why is he barging him? You can see the barge. It's not a discreet barge, it's a barge. Even though it is clear injustice, you've played into the handbooks. You know the striker's going to get the benefit. I feel he wasn't tested, so how badly can I really say he played? But that's the main thing. Obviously, he's not a right back, but he loves to ball play, and he was getting in offensive positions. And I feel a lot of moves were breaking down, or if it wasn't moves, just basic professional footballer stuff, like the guy's giving you the ball, give him a nice return on the pass. I feel he failed to do that. Mustafi's going to go at centre half. I feel Ryan Bertrand could be in this team as well. Southampton, he had a so-so game, so he's going to be in here. Paul Pogba's going to be in this team purely for the penalty. I'm sure that's the second time he's taken a penalty of someone that could have got a hat-trick, and come on, man, you should have let Lukaku do that. I understand you're the penalty taker, and if he missed, then people would point to you, but come on, man. If you're a team at the end of the day, and I love Pogba, but I felt you got to allow man to get his hat trick, and Lukaku's a good friend of his. So Pogba's going to go in the team for that. Wanyama's going to be in the team as well, because Wanyama was poor, as is Longstaff. As is Longstaff. And then I feel up front, you've got to go with Mohamed Salah. It's a tough one, man, because it's a tie, man, because I feel Salah and Mane, and I also feel Aubameyang and Lacazette, to be fair with you, could be in this team. So I'm going to go with Salah, Aubameyang, and Lacazette/Mane, to be fair with you. Literally, people, it's going to have to be a 12th tie, to be fair with you. It's going to have to, because they were all poor. All four men were poor, and I can't pick between them. If I pick the Arsenal ones, people say I'm biased. If I pick the Liverpool ones, I don't feel it in my heart. Arsenal had the chance to win. Both of them strikers had the chances. Lacazette obviously grabbed in this. Do you know, I could allow Lacazette because Drusay, regardless of his missing chances, he did set up one. So I could allow him, to be fair with you. But we know what happened. Aubameyang obviously missed a penalty. Salah just Salah, someone that's been badding up the Prem. Just it's not even the fact that he never scored and we took advantage of goal scoring opportunities. Just some of the end product with him and Mane just weren't happening. And sometimes I don't know. It's like they didn't want to pass to each other. I'm not suggesting anything, of course, but that would be it. So let's recap the team. We've got Rafa as the manager. I keep saying keeper. The Bradker in goal. Bertrand at right back, Trippier at left back, Mustafi and Sanchez partner each other at centre half, Wanyama, Paul Pogba and Longstaff in midfield. Up front, we've obviously got, it's a slash team, people. You've got Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mane / Salah, to be fair with you. It's all of them, to be fair, man. Alexis came off injured and it just went bad to us, so special mentions to him. I feel Vestergaard and Sarr could be in here. Mitrovic of Fulham, I don't feel he had the best of games. All of Liverpool's midfielders, especially Henderson, just on the ball, just negative. I feel Son could have been in here, to be fair. Ericsson as well. Special mentions go out to Lloris as well for the penalty save in the Stars one, people. I didn't mention him, credit where due. A couple of the Leicester lads, to be fair. Who else? I think that's it. But I will say as well. In back to the Stars, people. In regards to Monreal, it's just come back to me. Zinchenko had a good game as well. So do you know what? I'm gonna go with Zinchenko. Monreal, you're my guy. But in the Stars, Zinchenko. Special mentions out to Monreal, people. But yeah, man. People, what can I say? Thank you for watching and listening. Stars and Duds of the Week Premier League edition. And we've only got 9 Premier League games left. Arsenal trying to hold on to top 4, get it back in top 4 table now. By a long, it's a long shot, but hopefully we can do it. United obviously are in a good position, taking 3 points and obviously playing us. Chelsea even better position because they've got a game in hand and they're a point behind us. So we'll see what happens, man. Depending on what club you support, you've got mixed emotions. But for now, people deluded. Comment, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.